Hey, what's up? Let's talk about something. I'm getting emails from all over the world every single week. There's nothing more rewarding than getting an email from a mom who is trying one of my recipe, the croissant recipe, which is not the easiest one, and they have succeeded the first time. I am so proud of you guys. And let me give you an example of one of my fans asking me a couple of months ago to make some biscotti. So I did it and she loved it. And here she's back again. Her name is Mimi. So she goes, why wouldn't you make a video of a babka cake? Babka, what the heck is that? So something irrational pops up in my mind. Isn't it Chewbacca's brother? You know, I am a fan of Star Wars. So look at that. This is what I am talking about. So, babka, in fact, means a little grandmother in Ukrainian, Russian, and Eastern European Yiddish has always been popular where these languages are spoken. So here we are. Babka is just a moist, deeply flavored brioche-like cake wrapped around a chocolate filling. Let's begin with a good brioche dough recipe. In the bowl of your stand mixer, throw in eggs, milk, salt, sugar, flour, and instant yeast. Mix on low to combine and set the speed up to medium and mix for 15 minutes, scraping down the ball and the hook as you go. And keep in mind, while mixing brioche, the dough is going to be sticky for at least 10 minutes. So the last thing you want to do is to add more flour. It's a typical mistake, but you don't want to do that because you are going to unbalance the recipe, ending up with something heavier and drier. In the end, the dough should become firm and somewhat stretchy. If it keeps sticking to the hook, simply keep scraping it off. Then add the cubed butter and continue mixing. Scrape down the ball and hook a few times as it goes. It should take about 8 minutes. At this point, the dough should make a slap sound against the sides of the mixer bowl. And this is how your brioche dough should look and feel like. Smooth, shiny, super elastic. And the internal temperature should be between 72 and 80 degrees Fahrenheit, 23 to 27 degrees Celsius. Then let brioche dough to rise for about 2 hours or until it has tripled in size. The first fermentation or first rise is so crucial because it gives the necessary strength the dough needs in order to develop successfully in its two final stages, proofing and baking. Yet, exactly as the croissant dough goes, if the first fermentation is not sufficient, you will end up with a flat and dull item with a tougher texture. Next, the almond chocolate streusel. First, blend well the cubed almond paste with the sugar, then add flour and the cocoa powder, and then the cubed butter. Blend until it comes together. Then roll out, freeze, and cut into cubes. Bake, cool, and give a light crush using your food processor and set aside. And by the way, the origin of the Polish babka is quite interesting. There are as many recipes as there are cooks, whether made with rum or wine-soaked dried fruits, chocolate fudge and crushed cookies, streusel, nuts, and so on. They are all good. For the fudge, you just want to melt together the milk and dark chocolate with the butter and set aside. And this is what you've got after a night in a refrigerator. And you can smell it. Ah, this is incredible. So you want to dust some flour on top And then look at that. Because the dough has rested overnight in the refrigerator. So you see now it's incredibly easy to roll just because the dough has relaxed. It does not shrink back. So you want to make a nice and large rectangle, about 1/4 inch thick. And now I'm going to spread my room temperature chocolate fudge. Again, you never want to put something warm on top of the brioche. You know, when you work with brioche and croissant dough and pastry in general contains a lot of fat, therefore it melts pretty fast. And some people have the answer for that, to use shortening. Well, not in my kitchen. Shortening is banned. So you want to spread the chocolate fudge we made yesterday. I just warm it up a little bit to come to room temperature, but you can use Nutella if you want, but hey, that's so much better to make your own stuff, right? So you want to spread the chocolate all over the brioche. It's so good. Excelente. Look at that. That is amazing. Top with the crushed chocolate streusel and roll it out tight like you would do with the pain au raisin recipe. Remember? Next, divide log into 2 equal portions. Cut it lengthwise and twist. Then transfer in 2 greased loaf pans. Cover and let proof until the edges of the dough reach the tops of the molds. Egg wash Babka if desired and bake at 325 degrees Fahrenheit, 160 degrees Celsius for 30 minutes. Then unmold almost immediately. Prick the cake and pour the orange blossom flavored syrup and top with more chocolate streusel. I hope you have enjoyed this Babka episode. To get the full recipe, go to brunoskitchen.net. For now, please subscribe. It's free. Like me on Facebook and follow me on Twitter, Instagram, and Pinterest. See you next time. You know what? Don't look further. You will not find this in your neighborhood or in any expensive resort. Guess what? Make your own.